The Grey Man, does whatever a Grey Man can. Can he make a comic feed? Yes, he can. He just did. Watch now, a video from Grey Man. A video from Grey Man.
Hey, it's blog time again. I'm channeling Stevie B here. Sleeveless shirt. You just have to be the next one on the pile of shirts to wear. It's an old Scottish band called Confusion Corporation. Anyway, got a small package of comics today. Look at this one! Look at this awesome key! Yeah, that joke's been done about 1 million times before. Oh, it's a $1 comic. It didn't cost me. It cost me more than $1. Unfortunately, not too much more though. But you know, never mind. But yeah, I'm probably never going to get around to buying the first one of this. Maybe one day I would. But you know, I'm just going to get a $1 comic. I need it for my run anyway, so that's why I wanted to buy it, because I wanted it for my run. The fact it's the first appearance of Deathstroke is all well and good, but I don't like Deathstroke enough to want to spend 100 odd quid for his first appearance. Got other ones that I prefer to get the originals of. Crisis number 11. I don't know if I've ever read Crisis, to be honest. I've read the whole thing. I don't think I have. I really don't believe that I have read that Crisis in full. I realise I've got a Crisis on multiple Earths, but it's not Crisis on Infinite Earths. And I had a few issues of this. I think when I first started buying comics again. Well, not to say started buying comics again, because I read book comic. Put my teeth back in. I bought comics as a kid, but I never had a regular income. I never had any pocket money to buy comics particularly. So I bought one comic here, one comic there, kind of thing. But when I started working and the comic shop opened near to where I lived, that's when I started buying comics in earnest. And I caught a couple of the late ones of Crisis, but I never ended up buying the rest of them. I know I've got The Death of Flash. That was one that I had. But and I think I got number 12. But anyway, I'm slowly picking up Crisis on Infinite Earths, and this is number 11. Oh, that was a long explanation. I don't know how to make things long and boring sometimes. Right, another one for my first run of Moon Knight. I've only got a few more to go. Journey into Mystery. I've won a couple of more on these on eBay as well, so hopefully I might get this run finished at some point. It's the second series of Journey into Mystery. I started collecting it because I had the first appearance of the Necronomicon. That's why I started buying it originally. And I wanted to complete the set. Why not? Incredible Hulk. No particular reason for buying this. It was one of the ones that I don't have, obviously. I was on the eBay page for an eBay seller, and you start looking through their stuff because you get combined postage, didn't you? So I was just looking through to see what other stuff they got. I can't remember what. I actually went in there to buy a $1 comic. I saw someone else show off a $1 comic in their haul. I thought, why don't I just get a $1 comic for that one? I know I need it. That's a good idea. So I just bought a $1 comic and picked up a few other bits off the same page while I was there. So another Hulk. One for my Cave Carson run. Started collecting this ages ago, and I've been pretty slow and sort of filling it up. So Cave Carson has a Cybernetic Eye number 10, and Cave Carson has a Cybernetic Eye number 6. And the only reason I started buying this in the first place is because it's got Wild Dog in it. Charlton66 told me that Wild Dog was in it, because I happened to mention it. I thought I showed it in one of my very early videos. I bought Wild Dog, and he told me it was in that, and I've been trying to collect it ever since, but not honestly in any particular rush. Right, and one for my Supergirl first series run. This is number 2. Quite expensive, £8.50 or something like that. Not cheap, these Supergirl ones. There's a few more to go. Hopefully I'll get the whole run sometime. She looks cute. She's cool. Right. Long box J. For some reason, when I started off getting long boxes, rather than numbering them, I used letters. Don't ask me why. I always didn't think. I haven't got up to 26 anyway, so I've not run out of numbers anyway. But all my short boxes are numbered. Long boxes are lettered. Yeah, they're not even piled up in alphabetical order. They're just like all over the place. But anyway, so Legion. I was bringing this box down anyway, and this is why, because I needed to sort out some. Well, I've got some other Legion in other places. I've got lots of Legion. I don't know if I can fit them all into this box or not, and maybe take some of the stuff out of this and see if I can have a dedicated Legion box. But then I'm trying to collect Superboy and the Legion as well. And do they go in the same box, or do I put them in with Superboy? Oh, should I keep all the Superboy separate, and then when it comes to Superboy and the Legion, then put it in with the Legion? Anyway, Legion 89 to start off with. Absolutely loved this run. I thought it was really, really cool. My mate was actually collecting this, not me. And we used to read each other's comics back in the day. I'm not seeing him for years. Kind of, yeah. He had a mental breakdown, to be honest. And when he got out, he decided he didn't want to be friends anymore. So, anyway, but before he had his mental breakdown, and we used to read each other's comics, he had Legion. And I liked it so much. I said, "Do you want to do some swapsies or something?" So I ended up giving him my Excalibur run that I had from #1 in exchange for his Legion run. And very entertaining, this run. Buy this book or I'll shoot this guy. Gotta leave them out. There are 4 in one bag there. I think I'd see if I can put them individually. Oh no, these will need to be. I don't know if I get down to packing and boarding them. It's a really good run. This is fun and action, and yeah, just good stuff. It's like the precursor for the obviously the Legion of the future. I think. Brand, what's his name? R.J. Brand. I think he gets sent back in the past, and he creates the Legion before it even started. I don't know how it happened, but somehow it was created like back in the past before they knew obviously about the future Legion. But I think someone is shifted in time. I know FaZe, who is like Phantom Girl or something like that. She gets shifted back. I think she has memory loss, so she doesn't know this woman here. I think she's FaZe, but I think she was Phantom Girl. And she goes back in time. I think she has memory loss, and somehow she gets involved in the creation of the Legion. But yeah, I can't remember it now. I'm sure that's something to do with R.J. Brand as well. But anyway, Stealth fighting Lobo, and it looks like Vril Docs in some kind of goo there. The future is now. Yeah, now it turns to Legion 90. This is probably one of the only titles that changed its name every year. So Legion 89 becomes Legion 90. I can never remember what the year starts on. I was Legion 89. I've got to try and remember that. Right, Legion 90. Garin Beck, I think that guy's name is. He ends up getting the Emerald Eye. He used to belong to the Emerald Empress. I think his wife gets it afterwards. You know, he's Lobo fighting the Emerald Eye. I need some bags and boards. Come to daddy. Looks sinister. I don't think that's the Brainiac from Legion. There you go. Yeah, Eye Garin Beck. So he's been controlled by the Eye. It was like a support staff kind of thing. And he's got turned bad. Who is the newest Legionnaire? Where does he come from? And why is he so gosh darn familiar? He's definitely from... that planet. I can't remember now that I'm trying to remember it. Daxam. He's a Daxamite. Most assuredly, I would say he's a Daxamite. Yeah. Alan Grant, Barry Kitson, Mark McKenna is the creative team. Should have guessed it was Alan Grant. He's always does good stuff. Well, it started off as Keith Giffen actually. Right, here's the Legion 90 annual, guest starring Brainiac. That's his father, I believe. He hates his father, or it might even be his granddad actually. I can't remember how it was described. It says here, father versus son, Vril Docs versus Brainiac. So I'm guessing that's his father. The clue was on the title. Like family reunion. Shadow Lass, maybe. But Shadow Lass is from like year 3001, isn't she? So this is obviously one of Shadow Lass's planetary ancestors. What is the Shadow Lass planet? I haven't got a clue. Couldn't tell you that one. Couldn't tell you. This is Strata. This is a lady. This is a lady. Here you go. The Wrath of Mr. and Mrs. Beck. Looks like they're both being controlled by the Emerald Eye, or they've been influenced by the Emerald Eye to being baddies. What show am I going to show? How much shall I show? Journey to the Centre of the Sun. It's Lady Quark. She's quite an arrogant kind of full of herself character, because I think she was like a royalty on her planet. I'm not sure where she originally came from, if she was an older creation or she was created in this book. I got a feeling she come from... I remember there was a Convergent story where her and her partner... I never heard of him before. So I'm assuming that maybe they originally came from something older than this, but I'm not too sure. The story you asked for, whatever happened to the Durlan? That's it, the Durlan. So yeah, R.J. Brand was a Durlan. He came. I'm pretty sure he came back. Somehow he got it started. He kick-started the Legion. I think he was R.J. Brand from the future, but somehow he got sent back in time, and that's how he came to create Legion back in the late 80s. You can see the progression, what do you call it, the evolution of Lobo. This is how he looks nowadays, but back in the earlier ones, he was looking a little bit, not looking quite the same. You see him here. I think it's more to do with the black around the eyes that changes. It's like a wrestler changing his makeup. Alright. Stealth versus some big hairy thing. Just a moody old picture of him. Lady Quark. Lobo. I can't remember that guy's name, but he ends up being Strata's boyfriend. He's quite manipulative. I think he's called, Vildox, yeah. Lots of the people who follow him, like in Legion, don't like him because he's so manipulative. Here we go, Captain Comet. I think it was the first time I encountered Captain Comet, but he comes back from the 50s, doesn't he? He was pretty cool in this book. It's good that he was being used. Right, Lobo unfazed. She's partially phasing through him whilst kneeling him in the nuts. Ouch. So he can't hit her, but she can hit him. Yeek. War of the Gods, Legion 91. Shazam versus Lobo. There's a battle I never thought you'd see. Meet the new recruits. This was like the backup, the trainee Legion. This fella here. Don't tell me I'm going to forget his name all of a sudden. I've mentioned him loads of times. Bertrand Dibb. Bertrand Dibb is his name. I think I lost I had too much stuff on this camera. It suddenly decided to stop. So I can't remember if I might have lost some of what I was saying. I hope not. But that's Bertrand Dibb. I think I did mention that. He, poor old Bertrand Dibb. Anyway, he meets a sad ending. Basically, his catchphrase is "Don't worry, I'm impervious," and he's always getting blocking people from being hurt. Don't worry, I'm impervious. Until one day he got hit by something that he wasn't impervious to, and his final words were, "Don't worry, I'm impervious." Poor old Bertrand Dibb. I remember you. Ouch. That'll be good for if comic gories ever do that. That's got a hurt category again. Right, let's go up to, I don't know, should I go up to 50? Have I been showing off too many? Now let's make this the last one, 35. We'll make this the last one. Pretty sure this is plenty long enough already. Yeah, so I'll go through some more of this box tomorrow. I might even add some stuff into it actually, because I've got some Legion to be put away. No, but I might transfer some Legion from the other box into this box. I'll see how it goes. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna be off. I'm gonna be off now. Cheers for watching. Any headbangers, check out our Slayer video that we did. Any beer fans, check out our beer video that we did. Just checking out my grey hairs. they're coming thick and fast now. The old grey hairs. Yeah, that's it. Let me shout out a Less Beagley channel. Which I've just discovered. Well, I think I saw it on Rod the Rican's show where he highlights some smaller channels. I subbed him up, saw a video from him today called The Collector's Hoard is the name of this channel. I think he's got 42 subs at the moment, so definitely we can get them up to 50 if 30 people watch this video, and if all 30 of you go and sub up The Collector's Hoard, yeah, just think how happy they'll be. Give them a comment as well, a nice comment bump and a bit of sub love. And yeah, I'm out of here. Until next time, may all your news be good news.
Go and sub Collector's Hoard, or I'll stab you with a sword. The link is in the corner, go and sub him now, or I'll smash you in the head with a cow. Somehow.